Here's why you shouldn't optimize for 1 million subscribers.
If you look at social media, I used to optimize for it. I used to run ads on Facebook ads. I run ads on Google. Always wanted more subscribers.
Oh, dude, you had 900,000 or so on Facebook. Remember?
I have over 1 million on Facebook.
How much were you spending on Facebook back in the day when I was making fun of you?
Dude, on Facebook ads, I think I peaked out at like $130-something thousand a month just to get more subscribers.
Just buying likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I would run ads that says, Neil Patel likes Neil Patel, so why don't you like him too? Dude, that thing converted so well.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
One of my best converting ads. And funny enough, at that time, I was able to make it profitable because I was running traffic to a webinar and the likes were actually converting. And when I was running the campaigns, I was making more money. But having 1 million plus subs on YouTube or Facebook, like, dude, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how qualified are those subscribers to buying something from you. And the first issue is when you look at subscribers, most subscribers, like even if you're like CNBC, you know, I don't know if you watch some of their content that they push when they have conferences. Yep. They'll have millions of subscribers and it's like, cool, video will still get only 5,000 views. One, these social networks make it where if you have a lot of subscribers, it doesn't mean you're going to get any play. Two, if you look at a lot of the people who are getting a lot of play, like the 𝗙𝗛𝗡𝗧s, and I'm not trying to talk crap, it's worked well for them and good for them. They create content that's very applicable to everyone, right? So if you want subscribers and you're trying to make your content applicable to everyone, I think it works out quite well. But B, or the main reason why I don't think it's worth it is there's way better ways to generate revenue than the time and effort it takes to generate a lot of subscribers. And I have multiple channels where I've done over 1 million subscribers, and I have accounts that are, you know, more than just mine, that some of them actually have like 7, 8, 10 million plus subscribers. And I found that it doesn't work as well as some of the old school techniques. And let's look at it. I can try to have tons of subscribers to help me find businesses to buy in the marketing space, which is what I'm doing. But I have a better ROI just hiring an outbound team to just hit up the ideal profile companies and just find them.
Were you there at my event when so Syed was like, you know, instead of trying to be famous, why don't I just go buy businesses?
I wasn't there when he said that. But yeah, no, it makes sense. And I found, for example, instead of having the subscribers and saying like, hey, who wants to sell your business? We have a much better ROI of hiring corp dev people and people who worked in the private equity field and just having them do outreach to find us businesses to buy. Or instead of creating tons and tons of subscribers and followers on social media, we find it better to get customers for our ad agency, NP Digital, to just go hire execs who worked for bigger competitors who have a book of business. It's much cheaper and produces a much higher ROI in the long run from everything we've seen.
Yeah, so high level, I mean, if you're watching this, you have a business, you should be focusing on customers ideally. But if I were to take it one level higher, the algorithms, the way they were, it did used to matter. If you had like 1 million subs, like you actually would get more play, like you would get more viewers.
Yeah, but that's not the case anymore.
The game has changed, right? And what matters is it's a vanity metric now. Subscribers don't matter. What matters are the number of views that you're actually getting.
Yes.
And like also the engagement. It's not just because you're buying views from like using paid. It's also like how long are they watching, the average view duration.
And how relevant the content is to your core business. Remember the boat? We did a podcast episode
Mr. Beast?
that you put on Instagram. I remember you wanted me to share it.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
On TikTok, it got 1.8 million views.
And it was about, Eric was breaking down the difference between a $1 boat, a $10,000 boat, $1 million boat, $1 billion boat, etc. And I didn't care to share it. Not that the content was bad. I just knew it wouldn't generate me any customers, so I didn't really care.
Okay, here's a question for you. Do you actually get customers from your Instagram? That's
No.
the question. Okay, so then it was irrelevant. You should have shared anyway, you asshole. But the point is...
maybe once a year or twice a year, 3 times a year we may get a customer.
Yeah.
But our ideal customer is someone who is like a CMO of a Fortune 500 company who, you know, will give us many different divisions of their company in many different countries and languages, and it's a big multi-million-dollar deal. You're not getting them from Instagram. What we do get, though, from Instagram, and here's where the views are important and the subscribers don't really matter too much. When people see our content on social media, it gets them to know about our brand. So then when we're in an RFP, people are like, oh, we've seen Neil and his brand they're reputable. It gives us a better odd of potentially getting hired.
Yep.
People have more affinity. But that doesn't even get us included in the RFPs. The RFPs go through like, oh, you're in Forrester. You're not in Forrester. Like, oh, you haven't won tons of awards. Okay, you have won tons of awards. Like, it's a lot of black and white. Like, oh, our company's worked with a lot of your previous your employees at previous companies, so we had a great experience, so we're now willing to include you in the RFP.
Yeah.
We're just seeing subscribers as a vanity metric that's irrelevant. Yes, it's better to optimize for views and engagement, assuming the content's relevant, but a subscriber number just doesn't matter that much anymore.
Yeah. So the key takeaway here is, look, subscribers are vanity, optimize for views, and ideally you're optimizing for views that are relevant to driving conversions for your business. And that's all it is at the end of the day. Like, for example, the reason why we're doing this, the reason why we're recording this is we think this will do well on YouTube, right? We're trying to optimize for views. We're trying to hook, right? We're playing the game there, and there's a game to play for each channel. But at the end of the day, if you're optimizing for the wrong thing, like the example I used on this podcast a long time ago is I optimize, what is that?
Listerine.
Oh
I'm addicted to it.
All right. So anyway, Neil just sprayed Listerine into his mouth. So back in my early days of SEO, the way I started out was I optimized for rankings. And I was like, I like going to EDM festivals, and I like light show videos. So I'm going to make a website called lightshowvideos.com.
Did you?
Yeah. And I got the #1 ranking for it. Like, it took me 2 months to get there, right? And when I got there, I expected an avalanche of traffic to come through. Views, right? I was optimizing for like subscribers instead of views, and what happened? I didn't get any traffic for it. I wasted all the time and effort.
Dude, you remember when you used to come to my place in Vegas just for, is it EDC, EDM? What is it
EDC,
called?
yeah, I came
EDC.
once. Yeah, I stayed at your place. Yeah. So anyway, look, point is, if you want attention, it's views, it's not subscribers. I'm beating a dead horse now, so just go watch this next video over here, and don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.